At sunrise.
Good morning. Thanks for getting up with us this Sunday morning. I'm Christelle Kumwe.
And I'm Tim Gordon. This morning on Sunrise, we're following the deadly mass shooting at a grocery store in upstate New York and the sinister motive police think was behind it.
Plus, Portland joins a national call to action in the fight over Roe v. Wade. We'll take you to yesterday's demonstration. But before we get to all of that, let's check in with Chris McGinnis with a quick look at your forecast.
Good morning, guys. Off to kind of a cloudy start now. Let's give you the live look from our Wells Fargo sky camera. The clouds have moved back in after that glorious finish to Saturday. We're back in the cloud cover, and we do have a rain chance in our forecast today as well. I'll walk you through that in just a second. In fact, here it is. Radar right now is showing a couple sprinkles through the Oregon Coast Range and some rain offshore and impacting the Long Beach Peninsula. Looks like we got a little shower there just south of Tillamook on Highway 101 as well. You can see the storm system we're watching there. It's churning offshore. Here's the deal with this. Most of the energy with this storm is heading up into Washington, so we're just going to get a little glancing blow, and what that means is that the shower threat today is in a fairly narrow window, and I'll show you that in the day planner in a second. It's 58 here in Portland, 56 Beaverton, Hillsborough waking up to 55. Nobody terribly cold this morning across eastern Oregon. The coolest spot that I can find right now on the map, Baker City at 41. You will be in the 70s this afternoon in Baker City. You may even see a thunderstorm late today. All right, in the valley, we've got cloud cover now. I've got the shower threat probably from about 11 to 2. But guys, after that, I think we quickly start to clear out, and we could find ourselves in a very, very nice Sunday finish with highs getting into the 70s. The sunset tonight, by the way, 8:36. Back to you.
Thanks, Chris.
This neighborhood is going to be shooken because of this. I mean, the people that got killed are pillars in the neighborhood. The security guard, oh my God.
A security guard and former Buffalo police officer are among the 10 people shot and killed in upstate New York on Saturday.
The community in Buffalo is now reacting after police say the gunman was motivated by race when he opened fire inside a grocery store. New details continue to trickle in about the lives lost and the person who committed this act of domestic terrorism.
The lives that was taken was a message to the city of Buffalo on tonight that we need change, Father God.
Now, the suspect in the Buffalo grocery store shooting has been identified as an 18-year-old from Conklin, New York. That's nearly a 4-hour drive to Buffalo. They say he walked into the Tops grocery store in a neighborhood with mostly black residents and shot 13 people.
At least 10 died. Police recovered at least 2 rifles with a racial slur reportedly etched into one of them. The gunman was also wearing tactical gear during the massacre.
This was pure evil. It was straight up racially motivated hate crime.
The gunman has already been arraigned in court. He faces 1 count of first-degree murder, but his lawyer expects more charges to be added.
Well, the debate over Roe v. Wade remains a divisive one across the country. This was a scene in the heart of the nation's capital, not far from where the Supreme Court will make a ruling this summer, is expected to at least. Thousands gathered around the National Mall in Washington, D.C., all to support abortion rights.
Further up the East Coast, thousands marched through the streets of America's biggest city. There were hundreds of the Bands Off Our Bodies rallies like this one in New York City. Demonstrators in New York City marched from Brooklyn to the center of Manhattan, not far from Wall Street.
And in downtown Seattle, the message Save Roe was hard to miss at Cal Anderson Park. Supporters there vowing to not give up on abortion rights. And Oregonians also took part in Saturday's movement.
Yes, hundreds filled Chapman Square in downtown Portland and had support of some political leaders. Hundreds of protesters took to the streets of downtown Portland Saturday afternoon to demand safe and legal access to abortion.
It's bans on our bodies.
The Chapman Square rally was part of the national Bands Off Our Bodies Day of Action organized by Planned Parenthood and other groups. Similar rallies took place in communities across the state and nation.
We are saying no, don't touch our body. It's our decision, our choice, and we want to put a ban on anybody thinking that they have the say that they can do that.
The rallies are a direct response to a leaked U.S. Supreme Court draft opinion suggesting the court may soon overturn Roe v. Wade, the landmark decision that legalized abortion.
No matter what the Supreme Court does, this fight will continue.
Healthcare and political leaders were also on hand Saturday for a news conference before the rally. Senator Jeff Merkley and Governor Kate Brown vowed to fight for abortion access.
We have a Constitution designed around the idea of liberty and freedom. And this court is determined to tear that down, and we're determined to say no way.
It's incredibly important that Oregonians who believe in making sure that women and people have the right to this essential health care vote. And so it's like, get out your ballot and make sure you vote.
Many demonstrators carrying signs and cheering agreed.
Half of America will have their civil rights rolled back. I think every person has a chance to make a difference, and they can make a difference by voting.
Absolutely. Do your research, make your decisions, check your resources, and look at your heart and your gut and see what it's telling you.
And again, the draft opinion was leaked and the ruling is not yet final. The actual Supreme Court ruling on abortion rights is expected to come out this summer. A reversal of Roe v. Wade would leave the issue up to states. More than a dozen have laws automatically banning abortion once Roe is reversed, and many more are likely to ban it. Oregon and Washington both have laws protecting abortion access. Anti-abortion groups say they know the laws are unlikely to change. We heard from a group, Human Life of Washington. Its executive director has counseled women at pregnancy care centers about maternity housing and adoption as alternatives to abortion.
Really, the pregnancy is a temporary housing for someone else on the planet, and they feel really good and empowered that they made the good choice.
Leaders with Planned Parenthood say Washington could see a 385% increase in patients seeking abortion. That's in part because Idaho is likely to ban them if Roe is reversed.
A big timber company is joining a nonprofit that helps with the mental health of firefighters. The effort is called Fighting Fires Together, and the need is greater than ever.
More and more wildland fires that used to burn in the wilderness are reaching our communities.
And it's all around us.
And that adds to the behavioral health stress on the men and women who fight those fires, according to Firefighter Behavioral Health Alliance founder Jeff Dill.
So now the wildland firefighters are dealing with the trauma and the tragedies of people and their homes and their lives.
We've seen a lot of that in the West. The last few years have been brutal. 2020 in particular, with the Alameda fire in southern Oregon wiping out hundreds of homes, and the Beachy Creek fire burning through the Santiam Canyon. The same thing there, and it claimed at least 5 lives. Jessica Daly is now a forester with Weyerhaeuser, but was in her 3rd year as an ODF firefighter in 2020.
And so I'm here to kind of bring that empirical experience from a firefighter's side to what mental health toll that took, because I saw it on the faces of my crew. And we were driving through our homes, our communities, and seeing the devastation.
The trauma of seeing the devastation of those fires back in 2020, that devastation they carry with them. And because they're supposed to be strong and brave and not talk about it, they take it home.
Dill's organization has validated more than 1,700 firefighter and EMS suicides in the U.S. and Canada since 2010 to bring light and resources to the problem. He says since 2020, suicide has taken the lives of 4 wildland firefighters in Oregon, 4 in Washington, and 4 in Idaho. And those are just the ones they've been able to confirm.
That's why we reached out to Jeff and his organization to just create a resource, a simple, easy to use confidential page so that wildland firefighters could go there and get help that they needed.
Now Weyerhaeuser is pitching in with a grant that funds an online behavioral health site specifically for wildland firefighters, where they can go to find counseling and support groups.
And just stories so that people can share and know that they're not alone after they fight these fires.
Yeah, and if you're interested in more about that, go to KGW.com. I got a story up that has a link to those folks. It's good work they're doing. Well, this school year is almost over, and we're already looking ahead to fall.
A shortage of officials could dramatically impact school sports. Coming up next, how bad the problem is and what administrators are hoping to address it.